What's cracking, y'all? It's me, Quin, the movie guy here. Innovation. An opportunity for many to come to realize that not all old tricks can be enjoyed by many. In the case of Disney, you would think, with the emergence of technology and the amount of properties at their disposal, that they've finally come to terms with the realization that not everyone is willing to see the same recycled bullshit year after year. Now you'd think, after 100 years, they'd finally learned their lesson. Their theme parks are pretty fun though.
Wish is the latest Disney animated feature film directed by Chris Buck and Fawn Vera Southern, and features the voices of Ariana DeBose and Chris Pine. It follows the story of Asha, a sharp-witted idealist who makes a wish so powerful that it is answered by a cosmic force in the shape of a little ball of boundless energy called Star. Together, Asha and Star confront the formidable foe, the King of Rosas, King Magnifico, to save her community from further totalitarian destruction. When this movie got announced, I was initially quite surprised because, Disney finally whipping up something not affiliated with an existing IP? Get the fuck out of here.
I was not particularly hyped about Wish, but I was intrigued by the very idea of it, especially after witnessing Strange Worlds bomb at the box office. I wanted so badly for this movie to do well, not only on a box office standpoint, but for Disney and Co. to finally prove themselves that they're still capable of delivering fresh and original takes to include in their roster of animated feature films. But, unfortunately, it was my immense disappointment to say that while this movie does try to offer a semblance of nuance in terms of their storytelling, it ended up resulting in what could only be described as an underwhelming layer of laziness.
Underneath the layers of sparkles and whatever the fuck you can classify as hocus pocus shit, Wish stands out as the main reason why Disney is failing in terms of originality, and it's honestly no surprise to me at this point with the way that they always seem to turn a heel to grab onto the nearest IP, making them billions upon billions of dollars at their disposal. This is also coming from the director of Frozen and Tarzan. Fucking Tarzan. Yeah, the same Tarzan that had the scene where the main bad guy dies by getting hanged from one of the swinging vines. Where the fuck did the days go? It's also heartbreaking to me at some level because I really had quite the expectation going into this movie. Let's get the obvious out of the way. Chris Pine as King Magnifico was excellent. He was the absolute standout of this movie, standing right beside the movie's soundtrack, so I don't completely want to derail this movie whatsoever because it wouldn't be fair. The songs were catchy as hell. The character of Magnifico really stood out to me, mainly because out of all the characters, he was likely one of the few that actually manages to exert any emotional effort to the story. Because aside from Asha, who was surprisingly a really good character, I really admired what they did with her, especially with the brilliant voice performance of Ariana DeBose. Any other character is either really forgettable, or the way they just delivered dialogue was just a poor attempt by the movie's screenplay to essentially mimic the legacy that their older films have left behind.
And speaking of which, there were a ton of Easter eggs in this movie. It's too much for me to count even. And so normally I should get excited and point at the screen and go, but no, it just felt forced and the movie just doesn't even try to hide it at this point. It's almost at the same level of the MCU, which is kind of ironic because it's one of the properties that they own, where a character makes its presence known by name and the movie just expects us to go batshit insane. It's just another proof of why this movie just ultimately lets itself go as another dispensable movie for Disney's lineup. Also, did I mention that Asha's friends were basically just parodies of the Seven Dwarfs? Actually, scratch that. This whole fucking movie felt like a parody of an even better Disney movie from yesteryear. It's so bare bones to the point where I couldn't even bear another minute of it. I apologize for going on a bit of a tangent, but I just had to say it. This film was marketed as something that was years in the making, where in reality it's just another marketing ploy for Disney to, promote their 100-year anniversary, which is an absolute disgrace, given how poorly received this movie was. Overall, I really wanted to like Wish, but at the end of the day, I would just forget about the entirety of this movie by tomorrow. I tried so desperately to be on board with its attempts to bind a story of magical wonder, but all I was left with was a quarry of impractical blunder. Good shit, man. What the hell? You didn't bother to knock? You. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Is this about last time? Hold on. I can explain my...